Okay, hello. Smackdown tonight, folks. In a way to fall out from Survivor Series, Smackdown tonight. What do we have going on this show? I can say one thing, it's almost like a running thing every week now. It's mostly better than Monday Night Raw. Mostly, and that's only on a few parts and whatnot. But we do kick off Smackdown tonight with Jey Uso coming out, talking about, Roman Reigns and everything. Nobody's talking about the whole Undertaker 30th anniversary thing. Everybody's talking about Roman Reigns, the man that came in, Smackdown, doing this big intro for him, beating Drew McIntyre and whatnot. And before you could even introduce him, Reigns' music hit. Him and Paul Heyman came out. Reigns had a problem, though, Uso, saying, like, you didn't leave the building when I told you to leave the building, which they did at the video package from Sunday, and Uso had came back to help help Roman against Drew McIntyre, and Reigns basically said, like, the reason why, because you all lost at SmackDown, well, Team SmackDown lost Survivor Series because the team didn't respect you. If they don't respect you, then who are you then? And Reigns basically looked at him like, listen, man, are you some type of a wannabe bitch in the locker room right now? Because I'm not handing out Thanksgiving leftovers, okay? And Reigns basically told him, I didn't like the way you were making me feel right now. I don't like what you're doing. You need to leave us right now, okay? Because I ain't tell you to stay here, all right? I ain't tell you to. I told you to go, but you still came back anyways. So you need to go on somewhere, okay? Because we just don't respect you right now. And basically, when Reigns and them left and Uso was still in the ring, Uso looked very confused. And, before he could walk up the back and everything, they were about to do Corbin versus Otis. And as Otis made his way down the ring, Uso ended up taking a chair and beating the crap out of Otis with it, saying, what you talking about? And he beat him. So, basically, there was no Corbin versus Otis match, which that's a good thing, honestly. But Uso still trying to, gain the respect of Reigns one way or another, since Reigns keeps downplaying him every time and blaming him for everything that's going on, saying you're not doing enough. You just not doing it, and Uso just still doing anything he can to appease to his cousin and whatnot. But moving on, Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler came out, basically wanting a match, I guess, and who comes out? The Street Profits, which I feel like I've seen this match before already, and I feel like the Profits already beat these guys when they got to SmackDown. And what happens? Roode and Ziggler end up winning, pinning up Montez Ford by roll-up by Rude and whatnot. Honestly, I don't know any other tag teams on SmackDown right now. I really don't. So, I guess they just got to throw anybody out there. And I guess they got Rude and Ziggler, which I just feel like they've already lost to them. So, why are they facing them again? I have zero clue why. But knowing since they pinned the champions, they will get a title shot. So, I think we know that. Daniel Bryan was being interviewed in the back then. Talking about facing Sami Zayn in a non-title match. And, he wants to talk about his strategy and whatnot. He knows Jey Uso is a different man. He's angry and whatnot. And Sami Zayn would do anything to escape with the Intercontinental title tonight. And that he is very delusional. And he's going to get it out of him tonight. And he's going to come for that title belt once he beats him. Next, though, they end up interviewing Rey Mysterio, Rey's family. And Murphy basically talked about being thankful for a lot of things, for his son's career and his daughter becoming more of a confident woman, and Murphy betraying Rollins, which at this point I believe Rollins will be off of TV until, I believe until Becky has her kid and whatnot. So I think the final time War Survivor Series we will see Seth Rollins around. I'm going to assume that. But next, though, Corbin came in talking about the Mysterios and whatnot, and Rollins made we'll have with Rollins and whatnot. And Corbin talked about race. Everybody's riding the coattails off your legacy right now. And whatnot. But next we had, I know they had The Undertaker, everything from Survivor Series on Sunday. You had a whole Metallica video package. Next, Sami Zayn came out talking about Thanksgiving and calling everybody fat for eating turkeys or whatnot. And that WWE officials were out to sabotage him and rolling out the red carpet for Daniel Bryan, which he went against in a non-title match, which was actually a pretty good match, I will say that too. But it ended up being a count-out as Sami Zayn tried to run off, and Daniel Bryan chased them. But when they got to the back, Sami Zayn was the only one to return. What happened to Daniel Bryan? Daniel Bryan was ended up getting beat up by Jey Uso. Kevin Owens had tried to break it up, but Uso kept coming at Owens, which Kevin Owens threw him off of him and basically told him, like, check him. He says, you'll know where I'll be at, which next thing Uso's telling Reigns, I did what you told me to do, okay? Until Kevin Owens showed up saying, listen, I've had enough of you and your family issues and affecting the entire roster, okay? And, you know, that for someone who thinks his family is so important, you treat your family like trash. And when Kevin Owens left, Reigns basically said, listen, I know you should take, basically, listen, I take pride in how my sons look at me. And I think you need to take pride in how your sons look at you, okay? So you need to fix it. Go fix it right now. Bianca Belair went against Natalya. Bayley was on commentary. Basically, this is setting up for a Bianca versus Bayley match, which I would like to see that. That would not be bad. I think that would be real good. Like I said, Bianca be on commentary, you know, talking about, not Bianca, but Bayley on commentary, talking about Bianca. Bianca ended up knocking Bayley out of the you know, punching her out of the announce chair and whatnot. Natalya tried to go for the sharpshooter, but Bianca rolled her up and got the win. So, obviously, like I said before, it's going to be a Bianca versus Natalya match, so we'll see what happens with that. Murphy went against King Corbin, which Ray's entire family had to help Murphy win for some reason. So, yes, the faces are outsmarting the heel or cheating against the heel now, which, like I said, all of them got involved, and Murphy ended up hitting a V-trigger and then pinning Corbin, and then Corbin got pissed off, saying, listen, I was the victim of a 4-on-1 situation, and the entire Mysterio family is cowards, and he says he wants a rematch next week, and he will be prepared next week. So, let me get this straight. You asked for a rematch, but you could have said, hey, I want a rematch next week, but without the Mysterio family. So, you basically just wanted a rematch after you just lost. You just lost. And now you want a rematch. And I guess Corbin's bringing a crew next week, or he's bringing somebody next week. I don't really know who, but I guess he's going to bring someone, and I guess against the Mysterio family, but you could have just said, let me face you one-on-one without the Mysterio family. So, I don't know. Corbin looks like an idiot half the time on the show anyways. Next, Biggie and Apollo Crews are playing some basketball or some type of, like, basketball, like a paper ball and whatnot, until Sami Zayn saying he was scheduled for an interview and say he just pinned a future Hall of Famer. And, listen, usually takes 3 seconds to win a match, but he beat Daniel Bryan in 10 seconds, and basically, hey, that's how it took me much time to beat you, Cruz. Big E held him back and everything. Cruz had left with Big E saying, you know, you built yourself a house with no foundation. And your margin of error is razor thin right now, because a house of cards, yes, a house of cards, and, you know, the flick or a gust of wind can all come crumbling down. But Sami Zayn said, listen, man, you were Intercontinental Champion many moons ago, and everybody forgets it also, okay? But Big E gave him an applause and shook his hand and counted to 10 also. And I gotta say, like, I got 3, 5, you know the rest. 3 ain't enough, I need 5. If you remember the 5 count from NXT, so I kind of glad he did mention that. 3 ain't enough, I need 5 more. 5. The 5. We gotta bring the 5 count back, folks. Which he squeezed his hand, and Caleb Rex was getting ready to interview Sami Zayn, but Sami Zayn walked off and was just left. Maybe Big E's going for the Intercontinental title. I don't know what they got Big E doing right now other than hanging around in the back. Hopefully something soon. Carmella was sitting down somewhere talking about what she's been doing to Sasha Banks. And she's not doing anything for anyone else anymore. She's tired of all the, dancing and whatnot. She calls the shots. And when she snapped her fingers a couple times, I guess someone handed her a drink. But that boss on it ended up being Sasha and putting in Carmella in the bank statement. Why do I really need to see a Sasha versus Carmella feud? Listen, I still don't get why we need to see this. I really don't. Why is this even a feud? I just don't give a crap about Carmella or whatever this new gimmick is. Like, we just seen her attack Sasha, but it's nothing different I could say about her. Unless she's gotten better in the ring, I don't really know. But I can't really say I care about this feud in general. Kevin Owens ended up going against Jey Uso in the main event, though. Basically, ended up in a disqualification and whatnot. Once, Uso grabbed the chair and tried to hit Owens with it. and tried to take him out, but Kevin Owens came back and basically took a chair, took a chair and kept hitting Jey Uso several times. And he says, "Come on, Reigns, where you at, huh? Where you at? I'm the head of this table. I fear nobody, okay? I fear no one. And why don't you come say it to my face before you hit one more stunner on him?" And he went back to the chair, sat down, and says, "I'll be waiting, Reigns. All right? I'm going to be waiting right here." As Reigns just looked pissed off, and Heyman looked at him, and Reigns that was like the last shot of the show with Reigns just kind of looking on pissed. So I'm assuming Kevin Owens will be Roman Reigns' next opponent for the title. Most likely they will have a match at TLC, since that is the next pay-per-view on the card and whatnot. Because honestly, I don't know who else they would have thrown against Roman Reigns right now. They've made him so damn unstoppable, and the only people he's really faced for this belt right now is just Jey Uso. And I'm not going to say Drew McIntyre, because that was a champion versus champion thing and whatnot, but I don't know who else they really could got next. Some people still think Daniel Bryan could be going for the title, but I think that may be saved for a later date. Other than that, I'm not really sure who else they could put against him. So Kevin Owens, that's not bad an opponent right now, so I think it will be a TLC, and we'll see what happens with that. But other than that, though, it's not much I can really say about this episode of SmackDown. Not bad, I will say that, mostly from the Reigns and Uso and Kevin Owens stuff, with Kevin Owens' time as usual, but mostly the Reigns, Jey Uso thing has always been great on this show, even Sami Zayn to an extent, too. So SmackDown, the show seemed very, it flowed seamlessly, and they didn't put out a lot, I guess, given that, holiday and everything, Thanksgiving yesterday, and they just, I try not to do a lot on the holiday show, I guess, but, hey, it is Black Friday also, okay? But other than that, though, that is my review of SmackDown tonight. Comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at HoodKnight890. That's all I really got to say about this show. Not much, just some stuff I don't really care about. It's like either Corbin or whatnot, or, Rude, Ziggler, or other stuff. Some of it not bad, but still some bad on this show, okay? But other than that, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.